Hey everyone, I'm Armor Gaming. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a little update video I want to make on this upcoming Warmaster, because I probably recorded the sneak peek video like 8 hours ago and then I got to sleep. I started thinking about it. Yes, I dream about Monster Legends sometimes, and I was really thinking, like, is this monster really all that great? Because I know I kind of dismissed him as not being that impressive in his skills, but the more and more I thought about it, one skill in particular, I was like, wait a minute, this Warmaster might be one of the better Warmasters, especially fully ranked up, rank 5, 130. Because at first I really did dismiss him, because you look at his skills, he has the cooldowns activated at skills group 4, he has a random torture effect at skills group 4, his trait is awesome because you can land like any deny you want to. But then I started looking, and the skill we're primarily going to focus on is right here. It's actually your level 100 skill, your skills group 3 skill, Great Dispel, removes all effects from all monsters, gives 1 extra turn to itself. The more I thought about it, I feel like this skill should have been your final tier 4 skill, because this skill is actually, it's probably his best skill, and especially in conjunction with Grandmaster Scroll, the cooldown activated, and with Random Spellbook, it becomes even more menacing. But this alone, the more and more I started thinking about this, I'm like, wait a minute, this is incredible. This is probably one of the better skills we've ever seen in the game. And the reason this skill is so powerful and it's going to become more prevalent with Monster Legends moving forward is because Social Point has started introducing the Status Caster, right? Just about every monster gets released has a hardened trait, a tough trait, which is already pretty hard to counter because you can't rely on deny. Thanks to this Warmaster's trait having that true vision, now you can pretty much deny any monster you want. But going on to the Status Caster, every monster that gets released nowadays, they do something to their team. They give their team a shield. They give their team something. So I started thinking about Great Dispel, and I'm like, wait a minute. This Warmaster is a counter to pretty much the other Warmasters, because it shuts down their traits. Well, not necessarily the whole trait. If this would have been like traits disable for 1 turn, gives 1 extra turn, this would have been like hands down the best monster. But they didn't go that overpowered. But so it removes all effects. Here, let me just go through the Warmasters so I can kind of go through my ideology and what I'm thinking about. Those aren't Warmasters. Elvira. Elvira starts the game off with evasion to her whole team. So normally, to counter this, you got to bring your own Elvira with a slower team, or you got to bring a monster that can remove positive effects. Problem is that when you have a monster that removes positive effects, you waste your turn, and then you have to rely on a secondary monster to deny. So unless you have a really fast monster that can remove positive effects, and then a secondary monster with also all speedruns that can go next in the turn order, you risk getting denied, because it's probably the case that if you have a fast monster that can remove positive effects, the enemy has a 3-speeder denier that's going to go next in the turn order. So that doesn't work. If we had a monster that can remove positive effects and get an extra turn, and then deny, that would be awesome. And that's what this Warmaster has to offer when you rank him up. Because even if you face an Elvira team, Elvira has evasion on her whole entire team, you use Great Dispel, you remove evasion from the enemy team, and then you're free to activate the cooldowns on the enemy, or you're free to activate your random spellbook, which will do a random torture skill and a random control skill to the enemy, and thanks to your true vision trait, the control skill is going to land, unless it just so happens that the enemy is immune to freeze and you happen to land a freeze. So that's why that's so powerful. The fact that why is that there? The fact that you shut down any Elvira team pretty much, because, oh, I should also mention the stats. This monster's base speed is 3575, one of the faster speeds in the game. I think like top 5 speeds in the game. And in terms of denial, I think it's the best speed if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I think that might be the case. And again, even if there is a faster monster that can activate control immunity to the team, doesn't matter. When you go with your monster, you remove the control immunity and then you can deny. So, dang, it's incredible. So Elvira pretty much gets shut down, right? Thalassa. What can Thalassa do? Thalassa has a Status Caster that doubles the maximum stamina. So, again, with the Warmaster, the new one, you'll remove that double max stamina. That's awesome, right? So they lose a max stamina, 35% less accuracy. The status effects are 35% less accurate. Again, doesn't matter. You have your true vision trait. Zara gives a Status Caster torture immunity. Great Dispel will get rid of that. And Babari and Remtar are probably the better ones to counter, right? So Babari has 100% damage mirror. So any damage you inflict on the enemy team gets reflected back at you. Kind of dangerous if you're fighting them, right? I've encountered some teams where I fight Babari, I have my Barakor, I love to do my triple damage Barakor combo where I partner him up with Elvira, I do triple damage, but the minute he attacks anyone on Babari's team, I get hit back and I pretty much die. If I have the new Warmaster, I can get rid of the enemy's damage mirror, so that won't be a threat. So you shut down Babari's trait, essentially, Remtar. Remtar is a huge one. Remtar can start the battle off by giving the whole entire team Skill Mirror. Skill Mirror will reflect the exact skill used against them. So obviously, if you have a really fast denier, you deny the enemy team, they'll just throw it back at you. They'll deny you. You do AoE freeze, they'll do AoE freeze. You do AoE stun, they'll do AoE stun. You do AoE possession. Well, there's a way to use that against the enemy, but assuming they're smart and they put a Necromancer with a Remtar, well then they'll reflect the possession back at you. But again, with the new Warmaster, with Great Dispel, you would first remove all effects, so you would get rid of the skill mirror on the enemy team, and then you can activate cooldowns activated. Then you can do the random torture, which again, thanks to your True Vision skill, will land. So in a way, this new Warmaster, Sherezar, is kind of a counter to all Status Caster abilities. And the reason I say this is going to be more important moving forward in the game is because even nowadays common monsters with incredible stats are being released that have Status Caster abilities. For example, Saolat will start the game off by giving your whole team, by giving the enemy team ignition. So doesn't that suck, losing 15% of your HP, or is it 20% from the start of the battle, just because a monster's on the enemy side? What the heck? Imagine if in the future there's a Status Caster burning, Status Caster something else. Well, with your monster, you would get rid of that negative effect. So not much of a huge threat. Inquisitor Fullman starts the game off by giving a 50% shield to his whole entire team. Kazorg is interesting because your Status Casters dodge area. So I wonder if you would actually dodge Great Dispel. So we're gonna have to see how that plays out, cause yeah, I feel like, I don't know, that one's gonna be interesting. So we have to wait and see how this will play out. Will dodge area take effect, or will your Great Dispel take effect? Which one has priority? So that'll be interesting. Neutron, this is what I'm talking about. You start the game off with immunity to control to all of your allies, so you can't deny. Well, that doesn't really matter because Great Dispel removes that Status Caster, so now your enemy team can get denied, and then again, random spellbook or cooldowns activated, and you shut down the enemy team. Bell Breath is another great one. This one has a Status Caster self-anticipation. So Bell Breath, you're thinking, oh, even if the Warmaster goes, you have an extra turn skill, Bell Breath will get a turn in. Nope, because Great Dispel shuts down the anticipation, and then you give yourself an extra turn. So Bell Breath can't really do anything. And I think Bell Breath was one of those immune to control. Deals moderate fire damage, applies immunity to control. So even if Bell Breath goes first, even if Bell Breath does Unstoppable Migration, sets up that immunity to control, and you have your self-anticipation, this monster doesn't care. The new Warmaster is like, nope, Great Dispel, bye-bye immunity to control, bye-bye anticipation. So yeah, this is like a Status Caster killer in a way. Status Caster 50% life shield, that's gone. And then synergy, let's talk synergy. So Neal Buki has a trait where you can't remove positive effects on this monster. So Great Dispel won't work against Neal Buki, so Neal Buki can still keep any buff, any positive effect you have on Neal Buki. So for example, in a team with Elvira, this Warmaster, and Neal Buki, even if you do Great Dispel to remove all effects on the field, even including evasion from Elvira and from yourself, Neal Buki will still keep the evasion because of your own trait, if I'm not mistaken. So some awesome synergy going on there. But I hope I was able to paint across the whole Great Dispel, like how powerful this skill actually is right now, and how powerful it's going to be moving forward. And again, you really get the benefits if you go first. If you can start the game off with Great Dispel and use that to go into one of your deny skills, that is so darn powerful. So the question is, who is the best, given what I said, who is the best Warmaster at rank 5 at 130? Is it really Thalassa? Because Thalassa does have trait disable. Thalassa can remove positive effect, but only from one enemy. And yeah, you have the Mega Stun and everything, but let's be real. Even did I say Mega Stun? I meant Mega Freeze. Even Mega Freeze, you aren't guaranteed to land that against a Bulwark monster, against Warmasters that have a 35% chance to not get hit with negative effects. With this new Warmaster, you have your True Vision trait, which doubles your accuracy, thus increasing the likelihood of landing the skills. And with Great Dispel, you shut down evasion, you shut down pretty much everything. You shut down immunity to control. Gosh, this is awesome. Again, if it would have been like trait disables all monsters on the field for one turn, that would have been insanely powerful. That would have been overpowered if it granted one extra turn. But even then, just removing effects from all monsters and then having access to both cooldown activated and random torture skills, one random torture skill, I think this monster is actually truly powerful. Way more powerful than I gave him credit for at the start. Or I don't know, maybe I'm overhyping Great Dispel and it's not that powerful. I'm curious, what do you guys think? because I'm thinking to my battles in PvP, there are so many times where I do face a 130 Babari, and I really can't do anything. You know, yeah, I bring my Elvira, and Elvira protects me, but for one turn, I think the damage may last for what, 2 turns? So I can't even inflict damage on the enemy, and if I do bring a monster to remove positive effects, which is usually my Sammy, like I still get wrecked. And with Remtar, I haven't fought many 130 Remtars, but that skill mirror in itself is powerful because it reflects the attacks right back at me. So having access to this, I was really contemplating, do I really want this monster at 130? And I'm thinking the answer is yes. If I can put three speed runes on this monster, 3 level 10 speed runes on this monster that has an amazing base speed, and then just being able to utilize Great Dispel, oh my goodness. I think my skill set would be Great Dispel, it would be Grandmaster Scroll, it would be random Spellbook, and then I would have to decide, do I want Rejuvenation to deactivate cooldowns on all of my allies? That may not be needed as much. Do I want the other extra turn skill that removes negative effects from one ally? Again, maybe that's not even needed. Do I care about the Cursed? Probably not. When I'm too focused on Denial, when I'm focused on random torture effects, I don't think I need the Cursed, but I don't know. So this is definitely going to be interesting. Am I going to get this monster? Hands down, for sure I'm going to get this monster. Definitely, even if it's unranked, just for that level 10 rune. And I'm possibly going to get this monster rank 2 for sure, just to get that other level 10 rune. And I don't know, maybe I'm contemplating right now building another Zyron the Ruby all the way to 130. That way I can actually have a chance to get this monster at rank 5. I think I might go for it. So yeah, sorry for this random, like, what is it, a rant kind of video, but the more and more I thought about Great Dispel, I'm like, dang, I really overlooked that skill. It is way more powerful than I gave it credit for, especially being able to counter Status Caster, which counters a lot of the War Masters. Again, Elvira, she's probably the most popular. She's must-have because of her starting the battle off with evasion. But like I said, if you can just Great Dispel evasion away and then deny with random Spellbook and Grandmaster Scroll, Elvira looks like a dud, like she's nothing. And a 3575 base speed, that is on par with who? That is on par with the Fire Barbell. That's on par with the Warmaster Barbell. That would mean the only faster monsters would be Mercurius, Cassia, and Bell Breath, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, and there's also a new one that was released. What? It's Tsunami, although I don't think she can really do anything. Yeah, and those monsters aren't even Deny. And yeah, Barbell is cool because he can Shade Disable, he can do Total Blind. But the advantage this Warmaster has is that True Vision. It's like, it's guaranteed denial, or as close as possible to guaranteed denial as you'll ever get. Gosh, yeah, I am really liking this monster now. Gosh, I think I just convinced myself to go all the way, so I really need to get the orbs. I really need to work to get the monster rank 5. Yeah, I'm gonna get a rank 5, another rank 5 Ruby. That'll give me a chance, hopefully. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. This is awesome. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think about my little rant on Great Dispel. What do you think about it? Given everything I said, do you think this is the best Warmaster? Do you think Thalassa still triumphs? Because she is slightly slower. So whatever thoughts you guys may have, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.